Big things popping out of the Atlanta Hawks camp as we are just 2 days away from the start of the regular season, and the Atlanta Hawks are on a quest to find themselves back in the playoffs. And I know that you guys want to be there to start off the season on the right foot. Landry Fields definitely doing some work in the front office, and I am super excited to get into all of that because something major has happened with the Atlanta Hawks. Something is going down, and I definitely want to give you all the info and the deets on that. Of course, we're going to get into that. What's going on, everybody? My name is Walter Pollard, and welcome to Atlanta Hawks Digest. I am excited to give you all the information, of course, going into the regular season this Wednesday. Definitely want to make sure that your butt is in the building. Okay, make sure that your butt's in the building for the Atlanta Hawks versus the Brooklyn Nets. And I spoke to one of my friends, and he was just talking about he expects for the Atlanta Hawks to win this game. And I do think the fan base in Atlanta definitely expects for a win. Jalen Johnson, Trae Young, Bogdan Bogdanović, and then you can definitely see Zaccharie Risacher. You can definitely see the rest of the crew on Onyeka Okongwu. You can even get a first look at Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels. So there's so many things to look forward to in regards to the Atlanta Hawks this upcoming season. So we definitely want to make sure that our butts are in the building for game one. Now, moving on, I definitely want to talk about this gentleman because I grew up watching this man for many years with the Atlanta Hawks. Let me just get to him really quickly. Not him. Bob Rathburn. Let me give a shout out to Bob Rathburn really quickly. Bob Rathburn, just to give you guys some insight, man. If you're not an Atlanta an ATLian, you're not based here in the Atlanta area, or you just don't watch the Atlanta Hawks programs, Bob Rathburn for years has been the voice of the Atlanta Hawks, over the summer. I didn't get a chance to highlight this over the summer, but over the summer he definitely got inducted into the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. So I definitely want to clap it up for him one more time because that's major, first of all. And then again, I had the opportunity of meeting Bob Rathburn once before a Hawks pregame presser. I was able to sit and talk with him and just soak up some knowledge from this gentleman as far as how he has, gone in the media industry and how he's definitely transformed and really put his stamp on the Atlanta Hawks. And again, you can hear his voice every time you hear the Atlanta Hawks playing here in the ATL, man. Make sure that you guys just give a shout out to him, man. I want to make sure that I gave my flowers to this gentleman because again, that was pretty cool seeing him, inducted into the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. Now, I got a lot to get into. Definitely got to talk about Coach Quin Snyder and what he has to say in regards to his team and how they're preparing for the season. Of course, he already said what his plans were, but now I've done some more research. I've done some more digging, and of course, he's even expounded it even further beyond just his plans. Now he's going to show you guys his approach as far as how he plans for his teams to approach this upcoming season. Coach Quin Snyder, again, he already spoke once before saying how he plans to get the team in the winning bracket again, man. You guys got to remember earlier on I said that they project for the Atlanta Hawks to only get 36 wins this season. That's basically placing them back into the play-in tournament. And you know how that ended for us last year. We lose to the Chicago Bulls in the play-in tournament. So we never really made the playoffs this year. So definitely want to get into that. And also, too, another player made a splash. Another player made a splash just a few hours ago. So we definitely got to get into that because it is big news for the Atlanta Hawks and how this team is going to go forward. But before I go any further, I want to point out that, behind me, if you look behind me real quick, you can see a lot of my football highlights or my football pictures and stuff like that. I played football before, but I love basketball. You dig what I'm saying? I like shooting the basketball, love hearing the ball hit the net. But one of the things that I hate the most most in basketball is suicides. That is the one thing that I think every person who has ever set foot on a basketball court, they loathe. Okay, if you've tried out for any team, I tried out for my middle school and basketball team. The one thing that I hated the most was suicides. And to all of you young players that are planning on attempting to make it into the NBA, just remember that they do suicides. And you can see Trae Young and the crew, they're getting prepped and ready for the season, and that is amazing. Give it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Super excited for the season to start, man, because, again, there's so many expectations for so many different players. And this is actually, I don't want to say that this is the first time in X amount of years that this has happened, but it is, it's been a very long time since we've had multiple Atlanta Hawks players in the spotlight. You dig what I'm saying? And now we have multiple players that have major expectations on them. So I'm definitely excited to get into that. But we definitely got to talk about Coach Quin Snyder and his approach to the season. Because, of course, he's already said his plans were to, dig into the Atlanta Hawks. He wanted to make sure that defense was something that they were going to put an emphasis on. He said that we weren't going to be a good defensive team, but he wants to be a good team all around. And so he even explained it even further. And he actually went into a statement, and he was talking about how he was going to, affect change on the Hawks. And let me pull this up really quickly. So he said, Trae, the way that he plays and what he does for our team is unique. So I don't look at it as a positional thing where we talk about back up this. And this is Coach Quin Snyder as far as talking about the Hawks and what his plans are to the upcoming season, what he plans for the team. It's the same way you look at a wing. It can change game to game. It can change minute to minute. We still have to play defense. We still want whoever's in there to dance the ball with the pass as much as we can and play team basketball. So there's primary ball handlers. There's primary ball handlers, but that doesn't mean there's not a secondary ball handler, given that it's not real complicated, but it's really not black and white. And this is Coach Quin Snyder in his comments, and I see what he's saying. Ultimately, Coach Quin Snyder, he's saying that, he feels that, oh my goodness, all this stuff is going on. Anywho, Coach Quin Snyder is basically saying that he's still sticking with the defensive thing. He's still saying that he feels as though defense is a point of emphasis, but he was more so elaborating to what he planned to do as far as keeping the team together while Trae is on the bench or Trae is resting and not playing. Who's going to take the ball by the horns necessarily, but who's going to take the ball and be that leader on the court? And he knows that there's multiple people on the team that can do that. And we are now in a position where the Atlanta Hawks are really going to find themselves, in a position where they could maybe make some change this year. Again, only 36 wins, really just the play-in tournament. Yes, we have a lot of great expectations, but no one is really expecting for us to surpass only 36 wins. So again, with that being said, I am hoping that these things can come to pass. Now, I got to talk about big time Jalen Johnson for getting paid. Super excited for Jalen Johnson, man. Jalen Johnson just got paid, got a major 5-year, $150 million extension. Jalen Johnson got his deal in time right before the start of the regular season, and I am super excited. Man, that was super, super, super cool. Shams had actually brought out that specific bit of news. Shams, of course, new analyst with ESPN, he had actually said that Jalen Johnson had gotten his extension. And of course, with that, the Atlanta Hawks, I feel as though they solidify their team going into the regular season. Now, beyond all of that, what do you guys expect from Jalen Johnson now that he's got his money? Make sure that you guys let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think is going to be, or what Jalen Johnson going forward. Again, and the team stay together throughout the playoffs. I hope so. I would love to see that happen. With all that being said, listen, you guys, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think this team is going to do. Do you feel as though 36 wins is what we're going to do? Do we think you're going to do more? Let me know in the comments, because there's only 2 days left before the start of the season. I'm ready. I hope you are ready just as well, man. Peace.